Alrighty, let's roll on another Rivals of Ixalan draft. We got a pretty solid pack here. Warkite Marauder. I actually have never played with this, but it's basically a flying pirate imitation of Hammer Skull. For one last matter, it's a really good card. Sadistic Sky Marcher, super solid. Mutinies, not bad. Walnut, Sunquest Pterodon, but obviously we're gonna go for my boy, Ravenous Chupacabra, which might be the nerdiest sentence I've ever said in my life. How do you get Captain Lannery here? All right, so what we got here next? This pack is significantly weaker. The rare is gone. There's a few cards that I'm looking at here. I haven't been impressed with Riverwise Augur. It's okay. It gives you card advantage. Lets you do some filtering, but if you can't shuffle, it's not too great. Fathom Fleet Border is on color. It's a solid pirate. No other black cards that are that interesting. Goblin Trailblazers, a nice aggressive 2-drop red card. Striking Corsair, a solid pirate. But I think I'm going to go for this Curious Obsession. It's a pretty fun card, especially if you get some evasion creatures going. Black-blue control can be a really fun deck. I don't play it too often, but I like it. This pack doesn't really have much in black at all. It's got some solid red cards. I'm not too interested in those. Recover is actually really good here. Ravenous Chupacabra, Recover can kind of basically buy back a removal spell. So that's pretty solid. I think I'm going to go Recover. Secrets of the Golden City is something this kind of deck wants. It looks like we might, if we do blue-back control, you can get to Ascend pretty easily. You want to win with card advantage, especially with Curious Obsession. But I think Recover is a good pick over that. And if we're going to lean towards one of these colors, it's going to be black right now. So if we happen to see another color open up, I don't want to have to throw away 2 cards. But I'm going to try to play black as much as I can. Opening something like Ravenous. Alright. So the 3 cards I'm looking at here, Dust Charger, Fathom Fleet Border, and Sailor Means. With the cards we have right now, it looks like we have a potential to have a very controlling deck where we can maybe try to splash some other bombs we open. So I'm going to go with Sailor Means. Gets us to Ascend a little quicker. Not that we care about it right at this moment, but it's good to keep in mind. I'm happy with these first 4 cards. Obviously, Curious Obsession, you need to find some things with Evasion to make it a little better. So maybe the Merfolk that can't be blocked, or a couple of flyers that blue has would be sick. Black, I don't think there's a lot of black evasion, now that I think about it. But yeah, we will see. What we got going over there? Ooh, okay, here we go. Okay, so this is an interesting pack. I think the strongest card in our colors is Spirewinder, but it looks like we're going to do a controlling deck, and Arc of Oraska can really go off. We have some cards that'll help us hit Ascend already. I don't feel too bad giving up the Spirewinder. So I think I'm just going to take the land here. Okay, so now we got some choices in black. That's a kind of late Mutiny, which is interesting. It looks like blue is maybe getting cut kind of hard. Since we're gonna try to end up in black, I'm just gonna go for this pretty mediocre 2-drop. Alright, so Resplendent Griffin is a pretty solid card. I think we're gonna get to Ascend okay. We have the Sailor Means already to splash it. Soul of the Rapids does work well in our deck, but especially with Curious Obsession. But I think Resplendent Griffin has enough upside to it to go with that. Especially considering we already have a Sailor Means and we're trying to make Ascend actively. Oathsworn Vampire hasn't been too good for me. We already have a Recover. There's no blue cards here. It looks like white might be open, so maybe blue will be our splash color, but regardless, I'm going to go for this Evolving Wilds. It opens us up a bit. That is a late Suncrested Pterodon. I'm going to try to keep my blue open now and go Dust Charger. I think with how our deck's going, we're going to get to Ascend more often than not, and then that's where Dust Charger can get really good. We can go with the solid 3-drop here. You know, we don't really have a lot of pirate synergy happening. Guess I'll go for this land. I'm not too high on any of the other cards. Yeah, I guess I'll just go for this rare here. I'll take a Dark Inquiry from the sideboard. Sometimes if they have a bomb, it's one of the ways to kind of get it out of their hand and out of potential play. I kind of like what we're doing here. Obviously, our only really strong card is Ravenous Chupacabra. We don't have any other removal. But I like the pieces we have going. Evolving Wilds helps a lot. Stone Quarry could maybe be useful, depending on how the other packs go. But we weren't giving anything up to pick it, so might as well get a dual land. Let's see pack 2 here. Oh, okay. So we got a nice payoff for our colors in Deadeye Brawler. This pack is pretty strong for us otherwise, though. Crashing Tide is good. Another Sailor Means. The Evolving Wilds doesn't hurt. But I've done this before. I say, oh, maybe no one's playing black, blue, and I pass something like this, and then it never comes back, and then I'm very sad. And I think this card can do a lot of work. So I'm going to go and pick it up now while it's in front of us. Ooh, okay. This is another great card for us. Impale is obviously great removal, and that would be the pick if Golden Demise wasn't in there. But especially a deck like this where you have, you know, some of our things died to Golden Demise, but we're going to try to get a Ascent anyway, and this can really help the early game and help us survive. Let's see. I think I want a Crashing Tide here over any of these creatures or the Recover. I think Bounce is pretty good in this set. There's lots of enchantments, both kind of pacifism type enchantments and buffs. And Crashing Tide is just helps with that a lot. Plus it replaces itself. So let's see here. I think this Respelling Griffin is worth splashing right now, considering we have Evolving Wilds and we have something that makes a treasure. We're a little light on 2-drops at the moment. Gold Demise helps with that because we can kind of stall playing anything and maybe wipe 2 or 3 creatures against the right kind of deck. Obviously, all of our 4-drops are pretty solid, especially considering that we're going to be aiming for Ascend. So Forerunner's pretty good with Deadeye Brawler. It lets us draw that pirate. Piteous Plunderer can be decent in this type of deck. This is where it wants to be. Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of recovers, but I'm happy with just the one right now. My pick right here is between Secrets of the Golden City and Forerunner. I think Secrets is where we're going to go with this pick. Sure, the Forerunner could get Deadeye Brawler, but we don't really have that many pirates to get. So if we have it in our hand already or out, Forerunner doesn't do too much for us. It's just a 3 cost 2/2 that will ping them maybe every now and then. Secrets of the Golden City, however, is really solid if we're looking to get to Ascend anyway. Alright, I'll pick up a second Dust Charger here, even though there's a sick foil Stone Quarry. Looks pretty cool, but Mastermind's Acquisition, not really a limit card. Dust Charger is going to be a strong 4-drop if we hit Ascend, which is what we're going to try to do. Alright, I don't know if we want a 3rd Dust Charger right now. I mean, it certainly isn't bad, but I think this Hornswoggle could be a good card. Gives us another treasure for splashing, and this is a good way to remove some of those big creature threats, Because right now we only have the Chupacabra to deal with anything that has more than 2 health. Ooh, I actually like Slippery Scoundrel a lot. It's so hard to deal with, especially when you have a card like Curious Obsession and combos well with it. I don't think we're going to need this Traveler's Amulet. I could see playing a second Recover, possibly. We need some 2 drops in here. Ooh, I'm super happy this Evolving Wilds wield. We don't have many vampires going on at all, so I'm just going to take the second boring Dinosaur Hunter. Is this a play off of that really old N64 game? I think, isn't that like a gun he had? Tarkin? Dinosaur Hunter? Anyway. We don't really need a third Recover, but there's nothing else for us here, so I guess I'm going to go Moment of Triumph, just in case our fixing gets really good and we desperately need a trick for some reason. I can't see playing 3 Recovers. That's excessive. We already have other good spells fighting for the slot, so. Another Sailor means would be good here in pack 3. Obviously more removal would be good. Like, we had to give up that Impale for the Golden Demise, but I think it's worth it. The game plan is just kind of survive early, and then with this Arc of Araska, Secrets of the Golden City, kind of outlast them. We'll go for the Araska Relic for the sideboard. Flood of Recollection. That can be good if something like Golden Demise really just wrecks their whole deck. It might be worth buying back, but definitely not main decking that. I like where our deck is right now. We need kind of some finishers here. Okay, so this is an interesting pack. Wake of the Wilds is really good, but we're not splashing a double green spell. Ixalan's Binding is a super solid removal card, and we're already trying to splash for white. So I could see picking that up. Mark of the Vampire goes really well with Slippery Scoundrel. Pirate's Cutlass isn't bad. Wanton Scoundrels does give us a big body early on, and it's, you know, kind of always 4/3 is always good at any point in the game. So this is a tough pick. Thinking maybe Wanted Scoundrels is good, and we don't have early drops, so I'm gonna, and it's in our color, so I think I'm gonna go with that. I might regret not taking Ixalan's Binding here. I'm not sure if that's the right pick. We don't have a ton of removal, but we have a decent amount of evasion happening. This pack is really not good for us. I think we're just going to go for the Shorekeeper. It's something to play early on. It can help us draw cards. So it's only really crappy if you draw it kind of mid-game when you have like 4 or 5 mana out. It's not the kind of draw you want. It's still several turns away from drawing you cards, and it's probably not going to be a good blocker on the board at that point. Okay, what kind of shenanigans we got here? So we got 2 Evolving Wilds. We could splash for a Lightning Strike, which isn't that bad, or we can just do Sky March Bloodletter. It's a solid creature in our colors. We're a little creature light. I think we could go with that. I don't know. Lightning Strike is really good. But right now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we actually have a lot. That's not going to wheel. Neither of these are going to wheel. So this is a tough one. So Ravenous Chupacabra is like 2 spells if we count this. I think I'm going to go for the creature here. We can play another Recover and get it back. So the choice here is between Skullduggery and another Sky March Bloodletter. I think I like Sky March for our deck. We're not really looking to outpace them with or kind of win combat with a bunch of combat tricks. We're just looking to kind of get in with evasion and outdraw them. I think Sky March does well for us. Okay, so now that I picked up 2 of those, this Annoying Deacon is pretty solid, but Contract Killing is what we're going to go with. We need some more removal, and it helps us splash a bit better. Here, we could do Pirate's Prize. It might not make the main deck, but I think it's the best card in our colors in that pack. The only thing I'm worried about this deck is not having a lot of big finishers. So Slippery Scoundrel can be a finisher if you kind of clog up the board and just have this going in. We got solid removal. 1, 2, Golden Demise. Hornswoggle is a counter. Recover is like a second removal for bring back Ravenous Chupacabra. Ooh. So though I like Skullduggery, I'm gonna go for a second Sailor Beans here. Again, help to splash, help us get to Ascend, which right now 1, 2, 3, 4 cards care about. So I like this deck. It's just gonna be a matter of being able to you know, if they really clog up the board, we don't have a lot of ways to punch through. Maybe Dust Chargers. Maybe a 3rd Dust Charger would have been better than whatever I picked. But I think we'll be okay. If we get no other cards, what we have right here is actually pretty fine. Ooh, this Conqueror's Galleon might be interesting for our deck. It's card advantage. We can keep on buying back Ravenous Chupacabra. It's very slow, but I mean, we're trying to build a slow deck anyway. We need 4 amount of power to attack, but we have stuff in the sky that can do it. Want the Scoundrels can do it. Or just a crew, I'm sorry. I think we go with that. It's a fun card to play with too. Water Trap Weaver isn't really what we're looking to do. Dies the Golden Demise. I think Windstrider plays better in our deck, but this could help us like kind of stall out some aggressive decks. If we can just tap something down for a turn, it might buy us enough time. That's what we need. Our 3-drop spot is pretty heavy already though. I think we could go for the Windstrider. I'll sideboard this Demystify just in case we need a kill. Something like Profane Procession or something. Some other broken enchantment. Board it in. Nothing exciting here for us. Costly Plunder we can grab. They have a lot of enchantment removal. It's not a bad card to have. Not gonna play either of these. Definitely not play. I don't think I've ever seen Gilded Sentinel in a deck. I don't know why they made a 4 generic 3/3. Not. It would have been cool if they at least gave it text like, oh, this card is every creature type. So if you're trying to get some like tribal synergies going, it could, you know, help with that. But I mean, no one's gonna play a 4-cost 3/3 vanilla. I don't understand why this card is in the set. Okay, so I think we're very close to our what we're going to be playing here. We just got to make a couple of cuts. We're going to try to get this down 23. I want to play 17 lands in this type of deck. So, what cards am I not too excited about? I want this 3/3. I don't think we need the we don't need the card draw for this Shorekeeper. It's just a decent blocker early on is the only thing I'm thinking about. We have good removal though. I don't know if it's necessary, and I don't really want to not play anything else. So I'm gonna take that out. Now we just need to cut one more. Probably a spell here. This kind of counts as a creature. So I'm between, I think, Pirate's Prize. We have a ton of card draw already, I think. Scary Obsession counts, as Arc of Vraska can go. Recover and Crashing Tide both replace themselves. Conqueror's Galleon has card draw advantages. This has potential card draw. So I think this pirate prize can go. Oh, Secrets of the Golden City. I'm gonna cut this pirate's prize. It does help us splash this thing, but we already have the Screen Treasure, Hornswoggle, 2 Sailor Means, and we're only splashing one thing. It's kind of a shame we don't have anything else to splash. That's that great. We have a lot of tools to splash, but I'm happy with getting the Resplendent Griffin. So if we combine these guys, it looks like we're a little black heavy. We're going to need 1 plains in there. We have a non-color land, which hopefully helps us out more than it hurts us, but we're going to need 1 plains. I think we're going to drop down to 7 swamps, because then we got 9 sources of swamps, 7 of blue, and then 3 of plains, plus all the treasures. I think I'm good with that. Oh, what am I short on? Oh, I can add 1 more land. I'm going to go for 1 more black, I think. I think 7 blue is sufficient, especially when we got some treasure makers. We need our black cards. So we actually, wait, why is this converted mana cost so messed up? There we go. Okay, so this is our deck. I'm going to take a little snap of this for reference, and then we're going to ship this. Let's see how it goes. We're going to Conqueror's Galleon this. This looks like it'll be, you know, this deck might not win, but it looks like it'll be fun to play. Play first. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so we got all 3 colors here. We've got a 3-drop. It's a little slow of a hand, but we're on the play, so that helps out. We're going to take 2 damage, likely, from this Fathom Fleet Border, but that's fine. When did 2 damage ever decide to give him magic? Uh-oh. Let's see. They might have a super aggressive deck. That won't be good. Now we have all the lands. So I'm gonna play this Fathom Fleet Border next turn, unless they throw an enchantment on here or something, which doesn't look like, because they would have done it pre-combat. We'll see what they play. Which are generally pretty fast, but Golden Demise it looks like it has the potential to be solid against this deck. So this is an interesting choice. I can play Sailor Means or Fathom Fleet Border. So if I play Sailor Means, they're not going to be able to attack with Wild Growth Walker, and then this will get in for 1, and then I'll get a treasure. Be able to cast a 5-drop next turn if I want, or maybe double spell, depending on what we draw. Gets us 1 closer to City's Blessing. If I play Fathom Fleet Border, they still can't attack with this, they can still attack with that, and then I can potentially hit back, but if this thing explores or something, I'm just taking 2 damage for no good reason. We're not trying to be the aggressive deck here, we're just trying to survive, and so we don't really want to take damage. We just kind of want this game to go long, and we want to block up the ground. We might have to eventually use some removal or Miss Cloak Herald, which might be unfortunate, but if things go as planned, we'll have lots of card draw, so I'm not too worried about wasting removal on it. That was not really a waste, you know. It could potentially kill us. I'm just gonna go for this guy and pass. So this is they don't really have a lot of power out on the board, so this is something that can actually attack. And it looks like they're going 3 colors too. These 3 cards don't make a lot of sense together unless this says they have a lot of enchantments or something for this. Okay, they're gonna draw a card, but that's not the worst thing ever. We have a block and Deadeye Brawler. Get 1 in, that's fine. Welcome to the stream. You know, if you have any opinions about what's going on, feel free to send a message or 2. That's good. It gives us some evasion. We can double spell this turn. Is that worth it? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we double spell, I lose the treasure, but then we get 2 things out on the board, so it's going to have 9, and then we could play a land next turn and get the City's Blessing, which would be solid. And then if we don't have a good play, we can actually tap and draw a card. So I think I'm going to double spell. Get these guys out. I don't take damage. I'm not going to attack because I kind of want to hold this up to block. So this, hopefully they don't have removal for this Resplendent Griffin. If they have something like Water Knot, we can bounce it with Crashing Tides. Let's see what they do here. That's fine. I'll take my 1. Not really scared of that card. They can put a bunch of mana into it. We can bounce it later on. Okay, so that is the obvious choice to play. I'm just going to attack with my Resplendent Griffin. It's possible they have like Vanquish the Weak or something to kill it. But if this thing starts growing a bit, it could get out of hand. Which I'm down with. And I think I'm just going to draw a card at their end step. This is kind of what the deck is meant to do. That's fine. I could be attacking with its Deadeye Brawler, but they could trade off like these 2 of these 3 things, and then we don't have good blocks for this Champion of Dusk. We could double block, but they're going pretty wide. I'd rather just stuff up the board. We're going to outpace them in damage if they don't have an answer for the Griffin. Plus we're going to start drawing cards. So the longer this game goes, the better for us. Alright, the plan's coming together. Oh, that's pretty cool. Play that. I think I'm just going to hold up this contract killing because we don't really need to use it for anything right now. So I'd rather save it. We can play Conqueror's Galley and maybe attack with it next turn. And we might have to contract killing something if we want to attack with it and it not die. But that's a great trade-off because then we can just buy this back later. We have a decent amount of mana. So I think I'm just going to attack with this Resplendent Griffin. See what they do. Hopefully nothing. I'm glad we're splashing for this because that's the only... I'm just going to play this guy out. And I think we're good. This also helps us block if we just have like a bunch of small things. We can always crew it and block. But it's going to hopefully get flipped soon, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's worthwhile kind of like playing our spells out to kind of get a forced flip in. Ooh, okay, so they also have card draw mechanics here, but we're gonna get in for 5 next turn, so we actually have a 2-turn clock for this. So if they have some, if they don't have removal for it, they're in trouble. But it's likely they have something at this point. We'll see. Okay, so what happens if we try to attack with this? Assuming if we kill this, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 power. Unless they have like pounce or something, they could double attack that, but that's fine. They'd have to block with everything and they'd be wasting a card. So I think I'm gonna do that because once this flips, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna contract killing this thing first. And it's going to give us treasure, so we can get the Sky March Bloodletter out. And then we can tap with... let's see, what's the best tapping to crew this? Definitely attacking with our Resplendent. If they have... Okay, so if we tap 1, 2 things for this and we attack, we only have 2 blockers back. And if they have something like... what's it called? I don't know. The thing that gives +2/+2 to everything, it's possible they could lethal us. That'd be 3, another 3, another 3, another 5. We'd still have 2 blockers though, so I think we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna crew this and attack. So I don't think they can kill it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. If they do, we gotta at least take out something. It's a little risky. If they find a way to like bounce and kill a lot of things with their 4 cards in hand now. I think their priority is going to be obviously trying to kill this Resplendent Griffin if they can't get me dead this turn. They got all the mana they want. I'm glad I don't have double black. That's fine. That might be a little too late. Good to know they have that though. I might sideboard in the enchantment thing. The problem is that's the only one enchantment I've seen from them. So I don't really want to draw a card that's not going to do much for us. Oh, I got that too, huh? Well, we're going to win this one. Because even if they put this on here and flip it, they don't have the mana to give their thing flying. That's the beginning of combat on their turn anyway, so we win. We didn't get to go off with this, which is kind of disappointing. We don't have any flyers right now. Maybe if they have like Plummet or something, they can get me. Because this taps for land. I think this is the highest I ever got in Resplendent Griffin. There we go. Okay. So that Mistcloak Herald made us think it was going to be an aggressive deck, but it ended up not being, which is actually pretty good. I'm just going to think about what they had. They had Adana's Climb is the only card I'm really scared of. That and the crazy merfolk thing that can make a bunch of attacking creatures or lands. So I don't know if we really want to change too much though. I kind of like where we're at here. Golden Demise looked like it'd be good. I think they have some X2s. I think we could keep this. And one more merfolk would be good with Curious Obsession on our side, but alas, we did not get one. Let's see what kind of hand we draw here. Well, we didn't get every color this time, but it's actually kind of an awkward hand. If we didn't have this Hornswoggle, I think I would mulligan, but if we can Hornswoggle into a land, we could get our Wind Strider down pretty early. They weren't super aggressive deck. If we draw some 2-drop, this Curious Obsession might work out. So it means it's actually a really good draw there. We're no longer going to hold up Hornswoggle. What is Hornswoggling? Is that an actual thing? Do you know what Hornswoggling is? No. Okay. What?
You don't want to look it up.
Oh, really?
It's a pretty gnarly.
Is it? If it's
I
not...
have no fucking idea what Hornswoggling is.
Language.
You said Hornswoggling.
It can be a pretty nasty Urban Dictionary term, I bet. Okay, so this is a super exciting game here. Sailor Moon's gonna bounce off each other. We have all the land we could want. Just a matter of who has the better cards in their hand at the moment. So I think I want to leave this Wind Strider up next turn. I can leave up Hornswoggle and Windstrider. Ooh, that's a pretty nasty card. I see what the deck's trying to do. Yeah, we'll play Evolving Wilds next. We don't have the... We could flip Conqueror's Galleon next turn, though. Is that something we're interested in doing? What does it do for us this early? No, I think we're gonna use our treasure at the end of the turn, play Windstrider, and then we could slap on Curious Obsession, assuming they tap out. And then let us draw a card, attack for 4 in the air. Oh, that's a combo. I don't think it's worth Hornswoggling, though. Well, they're going to put that on top, and then they're going to draw 3 cards. So this is going to be a... We have some straight up things that can kill this. Okay, that's a really good combo. But if we didn't use it on the first one, we're not using it on the second one. I still like our plan here. Get to draw a card. They're going to gain a ton of life off of this, though. Okay, now that they have 2 really good enchantments, I think it's worthwhile to bring in that the Mystify off the sideboard. Okay, do we want to crack our Evolving Wilds here? Is that going to stop us from doing anything we want to do? I don't think so. Because we can still play Sailor Means and Curious Obsession. I'm going to slap this on here. I'm going to attack with it. Draw us a card, see what we get. Maybe we get Ravenous Chupacabra or something. That'd be nice. Dinosaur Hunter, not doing much for us. Play Evolving Wilds, play our Sailor Means. Bad thing is, we're not even going to be able to block either of these, so we need to find answers pretty soon. Maybe I should have Hornswoggled them. Maybe I got greedy. The good thing about this next turn is we can play our Dinosaur Hunter, and then we have 4 up to Conqueror's Galleon. Or we can crew Conqueror's Galleon. And actually block these things that are getting out of control. But I think we want to draw some cards here. That's weird that they bumped that thing. I guess they figured... I don't know what they figured. Like, maybe they figured we want to double chump, and then this will get through for 3, but I'm just going to block here. I think I am going to chump one of these and take 4, because what else is our Sailor? Well, but then we can't Conqueror's Galleon next turn, so I'm just going to block the 1, take the 9. It's painful. What can you do? Oh, shoot. No! Well, Deadeye Brawler is a good draw. I messed up. I didn't crack the Evolving Wilds. My bad. Okay, so I'm going to attack with this Windstrider. See what we draw. If we draw removal, I'm using it on one of these things. Damn, that's going to maybe bite me in the ass. I think Deadeye Brawler is what we want to do here. We could get that and a Dinosaur Hunter out, which isn't the worst thing. I feel a little bit better about chumping. This thing can trade. I'm just going to crack this now before I forget. Again. Okay. So as long as we can take out one of these, I think we'll be okay. It's going to be hard to get them down in life, but we just need to... We're going to be drawing removal more than them. What are they doing? What are they doing? I don't like this. Ew, that's not good. We got nothing that could have stopped that anyway, so I don't feel too bad about. tapping out. But now we're gonna have to do some chumps. If we draw a land, we can play Fathom Fleet Border, then we have enough power to crew this thing and block one of these big guys without losing a creature. But to do that, they can just go wide and mess us up. So we definitely need to find some removal pretty fast. I really don't want to hold the Windstrider back. But we might have to because it's only going to be a 3/3. It's going to be Chump City right now. I think it's worth double blocking here to get one thing off the board. And then chumping this, and then I take 6, go down to 5. Eee. I think we need to, though. Okay. In retrospect, I should have definitely hornswoggled one of these things. That was a mistake. I guess I didn't I guess I assumed, let's draw some removal, we'll be fine. Or maybe some bounce, slow it down a little bit. Oh, don't play another spell. Yeah. Oh, right. Shit. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so if I don't attack with this, I'm just going to be chumping. I think we just need to attack and hopefully draw removal. Crashing Tide works. Obviously, crash the bigger one. We can actually do that as an instant since we have our Windstrider. It's a Merfolk, so I'm going to do that. They might go for like a bad all-out attack or something. That doesn't make sense. Assuming that they're not going to be able to bounce it, but this does draw us a card. But what are we going to draw that? You know what? Maybe I should have bounced it, drew the card, and then I could have maybe had a removal to kill this instead of playing this. But I'm just making mistakes left and right now. But it's fine. It's fine. I feel good about this. It's possible they have some creatures in hand. They might want to make these things bigger by playing it pre-combat, and then so it bounces one more counter off them than they would have had before. Gives us one more counter value. If they have removal, we might be in trouble. It's fine. We're not going to bounce our own thing. They can swing with everything. I don't even think we can win this. Okay, so there's a couple mistakes that game, but I think we learned some good things. I think Demystify is going to come in, and maybe another Recover, actually. 2 Recovers look good here. I think we can lose. These Dinosaur Hunters are just doing nothing. I mean, we don't have a lot of 2-drops, but their early drop can't be blocked anyway. They have no dinosaurs. Just kind of useless cards. I don't know if Golden Demise is that good. Looks like it has potential. I'm going to keep it just because it kind of makes up for the fact that we don't have a lot of 2-drops. But it's definitely not like the best deck again to play it against. I like this Conqueror's Galleon still. I like the Windstrider. We just need to lose one more. Fathom Fleet Border is a solid 1/3. I think Hornswoggle can go away. I don't think they're going to assemble the combo again too fast. And there wasn't any other really mob creatures we need to stop. Play first. Okay, so this hand can be good if we had a island. If we draw any land, we got plays. We got plays for 2 turns. So I think we're going to keep this. It's a little risky of a keep, but we're on the play. I don't want to go down a card. We've got a lot of, I think we got 7 sources for island. For blue. That's fine. Come on, island. Okay, that's fine. We have turn 3 plays. I think an early 3/3 is actually going to be pretty good for this deck. Put some pressure on early. Then we have the Sky Marcher to follow it up. So obviously things can go pretty south if we don't find blue for a bit. But I think I'm gonna take the 2 damage and play the 3/3. It's a little bit harder to. I mean, the 2/2 will definitely get in, but it's not too much they could play on the ground. They have that 4/2 they could play, I guess, but we didn't see much else. Maybe a Sailor Means, maybe Sky March Bloodletter would have been better. Then we maybe don't take the damage, we play Sailor Means, but looks like it wasn't the worst choice. We can get in for some damage. We really want some blue after this, because we have run out of cards that we can play without a blue source. If we get blue, we have a pretty strong hand. If we get the Slippery Scoundrel out, well, they're gonna take some damage here. Okay, so we have some aggressive cards to work with here. We need it now. If they double whatever, I'm gonna be pissed. Wild Growth Walker. Okay, so there's one. Ha, take that. Okay, just have that one. Nothing else. I don't think they played a 3-drop when they had all 3 lands, so unless they drew something. Or they were holding this, which they might have been. Okay, so they're going to make that 3/5. Yes! What a draw. Ravenous Chupacabra to save the day. That could have gotten pretty messy there. So now we have a super wide board. They would have played the Wild Growth Walker if they had it. So even if they double spell here, we have some evasion attack. We have a 4/3. They're gonna have at least, I imagine, 2 solid blockers though. So we'll see what they end up playing. Wild Growth would be good, or it wouldn't be too good for us. That's fine. They still need 2 blockers. Oh, that's not gonna do it. 1 big creature is not gonna do it. I think we're gonna eke this one out. It was a close one. They're having his Chupacabra, really. That was a clutch top deck. Because what's gonna happen, this is gonna get pretty big, sure, but then if we attack with all 3 things, they're gonna be able to only trade for 1 and still take 5. So I'm surprised that they're going through this. The motions here. Just to make sure I don't click through my attacks. There we go. All right, that was a close one. It was kind of like a weird mirror-ish match up in terms of like control. They wanted a controlled, long, drawn-out game so they can kind of get their things super big. And we were more looking at just like outvalue them. So it was an interesting matchup. I think I made some mistakes in game 2, which I'm not super happy about. I think Hornswoggling, one of the Wild Growth Walkers, would have given us a better shot. And then I think the sequencing of plays cards I played during one of the later turns could have been better because I kind of made a play that prevented me from being able to draw a removal and use it when I really needed to. I played a creature, then a draw a spell instead of the reverse order. I don't think we were winning that game anyway, but it doesn't mean you can't get better. But yeah. Holy shit. This person has 92 trophies? How much do they play? Do they just trophy every draft? I mean, assuming that you trophy what? Like, a liberal estimate would be half if you trophy for half your drafts, which is really liberal. You still gotta play almost 200. That's a lot of drafts. Ooh, this is a really good hand. I'm going to keep this. The only interesting decision here is we're gonna play the Evolving Wilds, and I think I'm just gonna draw a black from it. We have a Recover Chupacabra combo, which is solid in the opening hand. These are meant to get planes, but I definitely want to have the double black for the Chupacabra. Turn 3, we're going to do Sky March, Bloodletter. I don't like playing the Slippery Scoundrel until I have the City's Blessing, because then it just becomes kind of like this permanent on the board that they can't deal with unless they have something like Golden Demise. So it looks like we're possibly playing against Vamps, white-black Vamp, which can be scary. It's one of the better archetypes, I think, if it comes together well. Or if they have a bomb like Profane Possession or some craziness like that. That's unfortunate. It shuts down our Sky March Bloodletter. But, you know, if they attack, we can attack back with it. So I think I'm going to Dusk Charger here. I don't really want to Ravenous Chupacabra this Exultant Sky Marcher just again for 2 damage, even though we have the Recover. I think I'd rather just, if they want to attack, we can swing back. We're winning the race right now. And then maybe they'll throw like Squire's Devotion on it or something, and we get 2 for 1 with our Ravenous instead of just taking it out of that. Pretty vanilla. I'm gonna not block that because obviously they have some, probably the +2/+2 first strike. That's why would they attack their 1/1 into my guys. And then we can crack back pretty good. I mean, if they play a decent sized creature here, I'm definitely okay Ravenous Chupacabra-ing it and then sending with these 2. We'll bring them down to 13. We'll have 7 permanents out, assuming I don't draw land, so we're getting closer to ascending. Yeah, oh, they definitely have a trick. Because why would they wait till post-combat to play that? So I think I'm going to Ravenous Chupacabra here and then just kill the Sky Marcher. And then if they attack or something, I may chump with Ravenous Chupacabra just to buy it back, but I'm not too worried about the Sacred Glorifier. I could have maybe, I don't really want to bluff with my Dust Charger, because if they block that, this is going to get Ascend pretty soon. We're at 8. If we draw land, we have a set next turn, it's going to be a 5/5, and we can have a good likelihood of attacking. So, you know, they have 6 cards in hand, so we'll see what kind of stuff they play. They don't really have, right, that's fine. Again, we're going to take this. I'm going to hold on to Ravenous Chupacabra 1 more turn. I really want to get to this. Okay, this works. Now I'm still not going to attack with the with the Dust Charger, even if I get to Ascend, because we basically know they have that trick in hand. Oh. Okay, so that could have been the trick they were holding. So this kind of sucks because now we don't get to Ascend. So what do I want to do here? If I play Slippery Scoundrel, they have the opportunity to kill it before it becomes hexproof. We can always buy it back or recover. But if we draw like a creature or something next turn, I want to definitely get Ascend next turn, so I'm going to play this. It's a little risky, but if they kill it, we have recover, and I don't think we need it to win. I think we're going to outlast them between this recover and Crashing Tide. I mean, Crashing Tide's another combo too. Possible they still have the +2/+2 first strike. I don't really want to give them 2 lands here. Maybe I should just give up on this Dust Charger and... And it's going to be a 5/5 likely next turn. But can we take 6? I think we can take 6. I think we're fine. We just got... That was actually a good draw. So let's see what happens here. They have instant removal. We don't get the City's Blessing, but that's fine. Now we can start cracking in, and now I don't care if we... I'm still not going to attack with this. I think they could trade it. I'd rather keep blockers back. I don't mind chump blocking the Chupacabra. That's fine. I still think they have a 1-cost trick in hand, but we might be getting to the point where... Okay, so I'm more inclined to block. So this Exultant Sky Marcher might be a problem. I might Crashing Tides the Ravenous Chupacabra this turn, and then so I have it to play next turn to kill it, and then I can leave back a couple blockers. Oh, okay. That's actually a good draw. Now we have 2 removal spells. We just gotta make sure that we survive here. So I'm just gonna keep on. We could use some more mana, actually. Good. Since it'll give us a couple treasures, but I mean, I don't even know if we'll be able to use it next turn. I might have to trade here for the Sanguine Glorifier. They tap with everything. And I will block this Dusk Legions all up at this point. Okay. That's, I mean, it's a nice value card, but it's not too scary. It sucks that we're getting to the point where we're getting pretty low on health. They're going to ping in for 2 with this. Okay, I'm definitely going to block here. I mean, it sucks that they could play another spell, but I don't think I can wait around much longer. Now we know they can at least play a Legion Conquistador. Ravenous Chupacabra, though, can take out this flyer and trade for one of these. Yeah, I don't see a benefit for playing Contract Killing this turn, so I'm just going to play Ravenous and kill their flyer. I need to keep this to aim back and block. It's not really. I could go in for 4. If they play... We go in for 4, and then they play that +2/+2 that gains them life on, and then just to untap this. Then we're gonna take at least 4 next turn, which can be dangerous. But then they're down to 9. We have removal. I think I'm gonna swing with just the Slippery Scoundrel. I want to play a little conservatively here. We have a good hand. I think we can catch up. Problem is they could play double or triple spell. I'm surprised they didn't crack a treasure to play Legion Conquistador, because we know they have one in hand. So it makes me worried that they might have like a 6-drop, but that's actually okay if it's just a single big creature, because then we can contract killing it. So they have to have... I hope they don't find any more here. It's possible. They already found the one. No, doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe they drew it. Okay. This is a totally fine hand. I will trade the Ravenous Chupacabra for this Legion Conquistador. No problem. Oh, they didn't even want to attack. Okay. That's good. So, I don't really want to contract killing a Legion Conquistador. But I might recover the if I recover the... Looks like they don't need their land for a lot. I could recover the Wanted Scoundrels, play it this turn. Well, I can attack with everything if they trade. That's good. If they not, they go down to 5, and then I can contract killing one of these. And then, but if they can untap this, we're dead. I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to definitely attack with these two. It's just a matter of... As much as it kind of sucks, I think we need a contract killing something this turn. If they have a removal spell for Chupacabra, that's a problem. We're going to be dead. So I think we're going to get rid of one of these Conquistadors. There's no guarantee they can untap this. That is a card that kills us if they, well, I guess it kills us in any situation, so I'd rather do something that I know will be untapped. But basically, if they have the +2/+2 and gain 2 life thing, they could play pre-combat, pump this thing, this untaps, and then they get swing with everything. And that's something we can counter with Hornswoggle. So that is a card that gets us, but... We're starting to threaten lethal with our things that can't be blocked. Okay, that's fine. They're going to try to play it, and I'm just going to Hornswoggle it. We still get a treasure. Now we can double spell, recover into maybe Dust Charger, or maybe we just want Sky March Bloodletter. Something that doesn't block it. Drains them for 1. Obviously, we'll recover our Chupacabra here if they attack and we kill, and they kill it. So that's a good draw. I think I'm going to recover the Chupacabra, though. We have them 2 turns anyway. And then that way... This is actually tough, because what I'm thinking is recover the Chupacabra and then we play it. I might want to kill the Famished Paladin, but then if they attack with both, they need like 2 spells in hand to basically clear and pump, and I think they would have done that last turn if they had it, so I'm just going to recover the Chupacabra. want to get them dead here. I'm gonna do the Legion Conquistador. We have no way to buy back our Chupacabra now. If they need something to untap this and kill this. So Moment of Craving would be really bad for us, but as they don't have that, if they have that and a bump spell, we're dead. It looks like they haven't given up, so maybe they have a flyer to block this. Okay, so they're gonna put a counter on, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. We got Dust Charger next turn to play. We have lethal if they don't gain any life. I mean, this thing's not doing anything. So I'm gonna attack here to see what we got going on. I mean, it's not like we're gonna really change our plays. They might have Divine Verdict. That's fine. So we got them down to one more turn. Glad we have this Dust Charger. It's hard to remove. They have hard removal. We're still okay. They're down to one card. They have to untap this and remove something. Yeah. Okay. So that was an interesting match. I'm gonna look at what they have in their graveyard real quick. So they have a lot of Legion Conquistadors. So our what's it called? Golden Demise or whatever. It's good against that. Not really good against the Sky Marcher or anything. So the Sky Marchers are actually kind of annoying. 2/3 flyers. They blank our 2/2s pretty well. This thing can attack as a 3/3 at least. But with that said, I don't think there's anything we want to do to this deck. It worked out pretty well. I got a little shady there, but I think we played it smart. We weren't too conservative. So we have a 2-drop into a 3-drop. It's not the best hand. I don't like having 5 lands in my opening hand with only 2 spells. So at least there's another spell there. These things aren't really that strong against our deck. We saw a lot of 3/3s. Okay, so that's a good card for them, obviously. Didn't see that last game. Sailor Means will help us block, and we're gonna have all the land we need. So we want to draw some of our better spells right at the get-go. Let's see, this could be a problem. So that's good, but it's not really the solution we're looking for here. Removal would be good for this flyer. If they curve out just right though, you know, if they play Sanguine Glorifier for this, it's gonna be bad. They didn't, but taking 3 in the air still isn't ideal. We have a lot of removal cards we can play next turn if we draw them. This, they're probably gonna find the other Exultant Sky Marker unless they have a better vamp in their deck. Maybe Anointing Deacon would be good for them here. So it means it will at least hold them back a bit. Legion Conquistador makes sense. I think we just double spell here. And pass. We're gonna need the reinforcements on the ground. We can maybe catch something off guard. Well, we don't have remote fork, so we can't Crashing Tides this. So this is not looking good for us. Our cards are all pretty mediocre against their board. They're gonna get some buffs going on their flyer. They're gonna get a couple more 3/3 Legion Conquistadors out. Yeah. If they have another land, they can play 2 and go super wide, and then don't really have great blocks. Okay, so that helps a bit. I'm gonna attack with this. It's not blocking next turn. They don't have Divine Verdict. Mana up. It'll grow to be a 3/3, which is nice. If we get to a 4/4, it could potentially block. It's a little sketch because we saw some tricks last game. So this thing turns into a blocker. Gets one of these 3/3s. Could even double block it with Sailor Means if we want to. Yeah, they're probably just going to take the patient route here. Okay. So I think we're going to go for the block with Sailor Means and the Conqueror's Galleon. I mean, they might have a pump spell and they'll kill the Sailor Means, but if they don't, we get to basically eat something for free. Maybe they didn't see that, or... But even if they kill the Sailor Means, I'm okay with them using a pump spell here. I mean, next turn we may just have to Crashing Tide this thing, so they have to... Let's see it. Oh, that's good for us. No! I'm gonna Crashing Tide this. It's not really ideal, but I would like to draw a card. Prevents some damage. That'll be good for next turn. I think having this to block makes sense. I'm just gonna make this a 4/4 in the air. Okay, so that Secrets of the Golden City is gonna be real helpful. You know, we're gonna need to find some removal for the Flyer, or maybe even the Legion Lieutenant. I'm not sure which is better at the moment. It's fine. We're just gonna crew this and block here if they decide to swing. Maybe they learned their lesson now. It's so strange to me. Why are they... Yeah, we can't crew and block with the Dinosaur Hunter. I was contemplating it, making that trade. I think I'm okay with this. They don't have anything that can really punish this, so... Ugh, not the best draws. So we don't need... I'm going to throw out my deck a bit. Play this, draw a land. One of our removal spells would really be great. I kind of don't want to attack into this with them having 2 mana up. So they have a +2/+2 spell. This thing is dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we play out the Sky March Bloodletter, which we will, we can create this, but they have the +2/+2. This is dead. It sucks that we didn't really find anything that great. I'm gonna just crack this right now. We can. I don't have any other planes, so I don't really need a planes. I'll just draw an island. I don't think this is gonna matter that much, but this is interesting. Now, is it... So what do you think, chat? Because I can be a little conservative here, not attack with this, because this is kind of like the thing that's holding the plan together. If this thing goes down, I no longer even have a blocker for this. If they play any vampire, they're going to attack with this 4/5 into my 4/4 next turn anyway. So we have to decide, is it more likely that they have a trick? And I shouldn't attack into this, because we will win that race if we attack and they don't have, you know, any other flyer or they can't kill this. They do have 5 cards in hand, which is unsettling. We know one's a Legion Conquistador. But if we don't attack with this, it might stop this from attacking, and if they're attacking, we know it's a trick, but they have to attack. I'm gonna play it conservatively 1 turn here. I think. I could use this to crew the Conqueror's Galleon. If they have removal for this, that's unfortunate. Because then we kind of let them keep their trick. See, so now... So the fact that they're attacking with all their mana up with this 3/3, they saw what we did last time. I think they are going to make me, if I crew this and block this, I think they're going to Divine Verdict this. If I block this, they're going to Divine Verdict this. So what I could do is I could do the crew thing, block this with the Sailor Means, and then also block this. And then they would probably kill this Resplendent Griffin. They could have 2 tricks, but then they're just getting the Sailor Means, which is fine. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because next turn, if we can attack and flip this, we can start drawing cards. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We can maybe win the race. Maybe I'll just, the problem is we can't win the race if they never tap their land, because they're always going to have Divine Verdict up. This is an interesting decision. Because what happens here? If we block this, they Divine Verdict this, we eat this thing, assuming they don't have a second trick. They're down 4 mana, they don't have a lot. Then we can crew this and attack, swing with it, flip it. We lose a blocker, but then we get to have a good card drawing engine. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to take the 3 one more time. We can maybe race. They have to leave up mana if they want to kill this. If they use a trick to get rid of the Sailor Means and keep this thing alive, I'm okay with that. That's fine. It doesn't even kill any of our things. Okay, yeah. So I think they have Divine Verdict. So what happens if we attack with this Resplendent Griffin? They're gonna Divine Verdict it for sure. So we don't want to do that. We can attack with the Sky March Bloodletter and the Conqueror's Galleon. Really need to draw, not just lands. So if we attack with the Conqueror's Galleon, we get to flip it. We get to discard. We get to just legit draw a card, discard, draw a card, whatever. We don't really have anything in our graveyard that's great, but I guess that's what we could do if we. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crew it with these 2. Attack with the Resplendent Griffin and this. If they don't... Oh. Hey, Lola. Yeah, I think you're right. But I think what's good is if we attack with both of them, if they have Divine Verdict, they're going to kill the Resplendent Griffin over the Conqueror's Galleon, and then we can buy back the Resplendent Griffin if we want, which, kind of helps us draw through more cards and get maybe 2 blockers on here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take one more hit from this Exultant Sky Marcher. I want to attack with both, because then we basically get to at least use one of our good cards. We'll have like something at the end of this turn. And I think that's the only way we're going to win with 3 cards in hand. We can't just keep on. They have Divine Verdict, there's no doubt. So it's not like keeping this back as a blocker is actually effective against this. If they play Anointed Deacon or something, we could lose. Okay, so that's good that they use it on that, because then now we can kill next turn if they tap out with their flyer and they don't have an answer for these 2 things. So if they don't have an answer for this, they can't attack with their flyer. If they do attack, I assume they have another like Divine Verdict or some way to gain life or something. Do you play a lot of limited, Lola? Let's see. Okay, so... Oh no, they have 3 attackers? They do. They're just gonna swing with everything. I think they have to. Shit. Damn it, that was a close one. The problem is if we didn't attack with Conqueror's Galleon, we attacked with maybe just our 2 flyers, we would have had one more blocker back. But then they would have Divine Verdict this, and then I think they would just be more patient and use this skill instead of swinging. So I think it was just a tough spot. It really hurt us not drawing all this lands in a row. I think if we drew card that we could have done something with. Okay, so they have a lot of things that are tough for us to answer if we don't draw a removal, but I don't know what there is to do about that. Golden Demise is really not looking that great. I think we're going to take that off. I don't know what to put in place of it. Like, everything they have is like 2/3, 3/3. The Legion Conquistadors are the thing. Actually, no. That's looking good. I'm just going to run it back. They have the Lieutenant I almost forgot about. Ooh, this can be an aggressive hand. I like this. We got okay, our opponent mulligan. We might be able to run him over with this. This is game 3, tied 1-1 in the second match of this draft. Definitely put out our wanted scoundrels here. Hopefully they don't have that stupid 3/3 paladin, whatever. Famished paladin. Okay, that's fine. They might just chump here. I don't know if they want to take 4. Just keep one alive. Let's see. Definitely playing the Fathom Fleet border here. Surprised they didn't chump there. Maybe they have a Legion Conquistador they're playing next turn that they want to like double black with. This is where the downside wanted scoundrels come in, because I really don't want to give them 2 treasures. But this hand wants to be aggressive. Especially if we can get Skymarch Bloodletter going and then Slippery Scoundrel with Ascend. We got 2 pretty strong evasion things. That's fine. Okay, so do I want to attack with Wanted Scoundrel? I do get 2 for 1, but then they can kind of go off with their spells, but They have potentially 6 mana next turn. What could they do with that? I think I'm just going to attack with this Fathom Fleet Border. I want to get to Ascend for sure. I don't want this to die. I don't really want them to get the mana boost. So if we draw a land, we have a City's Blessing. Next turn, we can double spell with Slippery Scoundrel and Short Hunter. Then we can swing in with our 5/5, and then we have a 2/2 unblockable hexproof. And I think we're in good position. It's going to be hard for them to come back with that. I haven't seen a ton of life game out of them. And then their 2/3 flyers become kind of useless. Obviously, their lieutenant's good. That's a bummer, but we still haven't attacked this turn. It doesn't affect our ascending. Okay, I'm just going to attack with this 3/3. And I'm going to get the Skymarsh Bloodletter out. Uh-oh. They have to have something or else they would have double blocked. Skullduggery. Oh, you can't do much about that. I'm playing that for cost because if we draw land, we can still double spell. If we draw removal, it can get in. That's fine. If they make that 3/3, sure, they have a blocker now. If they want to attack with it, that's fine too. I don't mind racing. Yeah, I didn't think so. Slippery Scoundrel's going to do some work, I think. Yeah, this is the problem with this right now. They don't have any good targets, and obviously we don't have City's Blessing, so I'm not going to do it to my guy. So I think I'm just going to... I really don't want them to kill this Slippery Scoundrel, so I want to get it out when we have the City's Blessing. So I'm going to play that, and I'll just pass. I don't know if giving them treasure at this point is going to be an issue. So if they attack with Sanguine Glorifier, I'll probably block with my Wanted Scoundrel. They start to try to be the aggressor. So here they're going to get their Legion Conquistadors, which I am more than okay with. So I can hold on to this Golden Demise. Oh, well, that's fine too. I can still hold on to this Golden Demise. They play that, and then Forerunner of the Legion. He'll get both of them. I'm okay with them doing that at this point. I think we're in good position. Unfortunate that's not an island, but we're still gonna get to the City's Blessing, so that's fine. I'm gonna play this before I attack, just in case they have something. Okay, so I think we're set up pretty well at this point. I think we're just going to leave this back for blocking. I mean, they would probably also trade off right now, and I don't think the treasure's doing them much. We know they have a Legion Lieutenant in hand. That's fine. They're going to give it... So they're going to hit me pretty hard this turn. Okay, that's a good play. Might swing with everything. I'm just gonna trade off here. Like I said, I don't think the treasure's doing much. We can Golden Demise next turn, kill these two things, everything gets pumped down a bit. Oh, I see. I'm gonna definitely Golden Demise next turn before. What can they play? So Golden Demise kills these these three things. So I think I definitely have to do that. Problem is, I'm not sure if we're winning the race anymore. I think we're out. If we kill these three things, we know they have the 3/3 on the ground. But if we Golden Demise and swing with everything, they can only make trades. Then this can block any ground thing coming up, and then we just have to outpace this, which we will with our Slippery Scoundrel. So I am good with doing that. I'm glad I did not take that off out. I almost did. So we know they're going to spend 4, pump this thing. So it's going to be a 4/4 and a 2/3 attacking and bring us down to 8. If they don't block here, they're down to 4, and they can't attack with both flyers then because then they're dead. Assuming they don't have removal or something. So I think this blocks or this attack still makes sense. And then they have to leave if they're, you know, can't kill something. You have to leave a flyer back to block. So I think we're good. Hey, Squire's Devotion would be rough right now, but oh god damn it! Right on cue. Fuck. Oh, luckily we can see the secrets of the Golden City. Oh no, we can't, cause god damn it. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to say that it means. No point holding this back. We just need the secrets of the Golden City into some removal. We definitely grab an island. I might even chump block this. God dang it, that's rough. Yeah, they're gonna make it bigger, or are they gonna? They should spread it out actually. I know they gain lifelink with this, but I think spreading it out makes more sense for a long-term game. Man, I can't believe they had Squire's Devotion. That was the one card that was gonna mess us up. I have to block now. I have to chump block now, because if they happen to draw removal next turn, then I'm just dead. Okay, Golden City, you gotta do some more work than you did for us last time. Okay, well, we got another blocker here. So I think we Curious Obsession this. Get us one more card. I mean, we're not going to outpace this thing, but at least the ground is stuffed up. We have ways to kind of draw multiple cards a turn here. This Charger's good, but I think we're going to want the Sky March Bloodletter just to jump that. Alright, we just need to find removal. We have it in our deck. And we also just need to not run out of time. They would attack with both if they were smart, yeah. Hopefully they just drew a land or something. They're really attacking with that? Maybe they have a... We got a double block here for sure. Okay, I think if we find removal, eventually. That's not bad, but it doesn't do the trick. It's another attacker, but we're gonna be dead in. This thins out our deck. Now what's a better play here? Now we could draw a card with this, which I think is what we have to do, because if we play this, what does that really do for us? Gives us another attacker, but we're not going to outpace this. We need removal, and yeah, this is not looking good. Okay, that's not bad. If we draw removal that we can play next turn, what are they doing here? What are they doing pre-combat? Man, I can't believe they had Squire's Devotion. That was the one card that was gonna really. It would have been long dead by now. Jesus. And another flyer. Okay, I think we're dead. Shit. Well, Hornswoggle is the worst time to draw that thing. If we win Strider, we can draw a card. I don't know what card we've been hoping to draw. We can win Strider into one of these. They're going to attack with everything. We're dead. Oh, there you are, Ravenous. Just in time. I mean, even if we drew Ravenous and not Hornswoggle, and then we could win Strider, which I think we could. We have enough land. They're still getting in 2 points of damage with that draw, so I don't think there's anything we could have done. Ah, that's a bummer. That Squire's Devotion really got us good. Okay, well, let's see. How else are they gonna kill us? Vamps are so good in this set. Oh, but now they're just rubbing it in. Damn it. Okay, at least that was an interesting matchup. Let's see if we can go 2-1 here. So for those watching, I know I don't have a schedule up on my Twitch yet. I'm pretty new to this whole streaming thing. I still have to hammer out a regular schedule. But I tend to get on fairly frequently, 3-4 days a week, it looks like. And I try to do one full draft where I play something like PUBG. Obviously, this is a mulligan. But if you're interested in, you know, kind of catching my drafts as they come up, just hit that follow button. I send out notifications every time I get on. This isn't ideal, but I don't want to go down to 5. Okay, that's a good draw. I really appreciate the follow. And I actually have, if you look up Dinospore on YouTube, I record the drafts I do and I post them on there, usually by the following day. So I only have 2 up there right now, but yeah, that's how you can watch some more drafts. And like those videos too, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Try and get this ball rolling a bit. If there's anything you want to see specifically, like maybe a Theros draft or maybe a cube or something, I'm happy to oblige, even though I don't really know those sets that well. So I played the planes because I want to leave myself open to be able to play either Resplendent Griffin or Golden Demise next turn, depending on what they play out with this. I'm just gonna go for Resplendent Griffin right now. Obviously our Golden Demise gets a little worse. Actually, maybe I'm gonna do Skymarsh Bloodletter. I don't want to play Resplendent Griffin into removal, and they do this serve the same purpose for a bit. Looks like they're leaving up maybe a Bombard. They're doing something. Which is fine. If they have a pretty aggressive deck, which blue-red is, Golden Demise should be able to hit a lot of things. Oh. Lightning Strike. Same difference. I feel like there's a bounce coming or a Bombard or something, but they're gonna do that to any of the creatures, and this at least can survive Golden Demise. Yep, here comes Bombard. That's fine. That's fine. Play more targets. I can Golden Demise. I might get greedy with this. Okay, so I think it makes sense just to Golden Demise now. We can't play any of our three things without him dying to it. We're still far away from Ascend. I don't really want to wait another turn. If they play something big next turn, I can Ravenous Chupacabra it. You know, maybe they have Negate or something. So it's not the end of the world. That's fine. It's kind of a waste, if you ask me. So now they have a 1/3. Big deal. A very useful card. They're down to one card. We got a solid hand here. Just gonna pass and then Windstrider in front of this thing. Hopefully we can catch it. That's fine. I don't see how we lose this. Seems like a weird deck. I don't know if they're trying to be aggressive or not. Just gonna play Resplendent Griffin because it's gonna attack over the Sailor Mouse. Nope. That's not how you tap land. I'm still bummed about that last game. Man, that's freaking Squire's Devotion came out of nowhere. We didn't see any of the first two games, and both the games went decently long. Oh, that was kind of a mistake. Double spell and had City's Blessing. So this should have a counter on it. So we'll see if that gets us later. Okay. Yeah, so kind of like a aggressive deck. The Shorekeeper might be a good thing to put in, take out. I don't think we want to counter any of their creatures. I didn't see anything too big. Seems like more spells are the better cards, non-creature spells. Hey Lola, did you see anything last game that we did terribly wrong in that third match, or in that third game? I'm sorry, did you see anything in the last match that we did anything wrong in the third game? Trying to think it through. I don't think there's any point where we did something that really caused us to lose. They just happened to have the right card at the right time, I think. I think we were ahead pretty convincingly. I'm going to keep this. This is actually a good combo. You use one creature to crew it if I want to. I need to find an island at some point, but turn 2 Wanted Scoundrels is actually pretty scary against their deck with Lightning Strike and Bombard. They can get their treasures. If they're missing their land drops, that's good for us. Oh yeah, I'm really what is that?
Emergency.
Oh, are you feeling okay? Oh, my girlfriend's drinking emergency. She don't feel so. I'm just gonna play this Dust Charter. Any value plays here? We're just looking to beat them down where they still can't find their land. Not a very exciting game. Have to even discard. It's unfortunate for them, but it's magic. That should be a match. Well, it's a bummer that this last match wasn't that exciting, especially compared to our last matches. But I'm glad to at least go 2-1, get a couple packs back here. That second match was so close. I thought we had it. You know, I'm like, oh, what one card could really screw us over right now? Oh, Squire's Devotion. Oh, what are they playing? Squire's Devotion. Great. Yeah. So, and there was a couple mistakes in the early game of that match, or maybe the first match. But I think overall this was a good draft. The deck was pretty solid. It had some strong removal cards. It had a lot of good value. just got outpaced by that Vamps deck. But thanks for watching. Check out, this will be on YouTube, but check out my Twitch at Twitch TV / Dinospore. Stream Magic the Gathering, PUBG, and stuff. And catch you next time. See ya.